All right, well, good evening, everybody. My name is Taylor Richmond. I'm a past president of West Virginia WVACRAO and a member of our executive board. And on behalf of our organization and StriveScan, we're very excited to welcome you to tonight's presentation. Just a couple housekeeping items before I turn it over to our presenter. West Virginia WVACRAO and StriveScan definitely want to have your participation in these presentations, but do note that your mic and cameras are turned off, so the presenters can't see or hear you, but they are vigorously monitoring the Q&A box. So if you have any questions throughout the presentation, please utilize that feature to get those to our presenters. They'll choose to either answer those as they go or at the very end. If we do go long and there are too many questions, the panelists is provided a list of your questions as well as all attendees, and we'll reach out to you directly to make sure your question is answered. This is just one of many sessions. Though we're in our waning days of our tour, there are still some left to attend, so please visit our website, WVACRAO.org, to check out the full list of remaining sessions, as well as some of our previously recorded sessions are already up. And that does mean that this one is recorded as well. So if you missed any part of this presentation or your friends do and you want to share them, please direct them again back to our website, WVACRAO.org. And you can watch this and any other presentation that piques your interest. So I'm going to turn it over to our lovely presenter, Lainey from Verto Education, and I'll be back towards the end of the presentation to wrap things up. So with that, Lainey, it's all yours.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hi, let me get my screen share on. So my name is Lainey. I'm the Senior Associate Director of Admissions with Verto Education. I'm super excited to be able to share with you guys some information about Verto and just about starting college differently. So some of you may have heard of us before, some of you may have not. We are a little different than what you've been hearing from colleges all throughout this year and probably throughout high school. So what Verto is we are we're a very unique organization. We're the chance for students to start college in a non-traditional way by traveling internationally. You're earning those same freshman gen ed credits that you normally would, but in a whole different environment. You're really getting that understanding of culture, of global issues, and making those connections in other countries. So it's a great interactive, hands-on way to start off college better. We are very unique. We're the only organization of our kind at this point. So the semesters that we offer are a full year or a full semester of college and those full 16 or 32 credits. So you're not missing out on anything. We're not keeping you, behind. You're staying on track to still graduate from college in 4 years. So it's not any extra additional steps. It's kind of just doing things differently in a non-traditional setting and really setting you up for success in a lot of different ways. This is a quick video, but it's super catchy, so I'm going to play it anyway. That will stay in your head for the rest of your life. Okay, so Verto Education, our overall mission as an organization is to help to make higher education and international travel, both of those things, more streamlined, more accessible, and more affordable for every student, no matter where they're coming from, no matter where they want to go. So that's our big picture mission, and that can be broken into 3 separate pillars. So first pillar is the best first year college experience. So I think this falls into pre-Verto semester, during Verto semester, and post-Verto semester, or a year, depending on how long you want to join us for. Pillar number 2 is admissions to a reach school. So we are a consortium of nearly 50 universities. That list is always growing. So by the time you see this video, we could be over 50. But I'll dive into that a little bit later. But our partner colleges are the chance for students to get into a REACH school. And pillar number 3 is an affordable college education. So that ties in really well with our big overall mission. And we all know higher education is not always the most affordable thing. So we're really trying to switch that up and change that. So pillar number 1, the best first year of college. I think this shakes down in a lot of ways. I think one thing that's really unique about Verto is we are that very experiential college semester. So you're not just sitting in a classroom trying to absorb information. You're actually learning in the field and hands-on and meeting with like local speakers and working with NGOs. And that's balancing out exactly what you're learning in the classroom. So it's not just reading a book and then you're done. You're actually getting your hands dirty and you're like experiencing what you're learning in the classroom in real life. So it really does up the ante on that. It's really beneficial for students to, be sure of, what you want to go to college for is something that you're actually passionate about by getting that actual experience. We have 2 different types of semester options. So for 2 different types of students, and definitely some variety in there as well. But the 2 main semester types are on campus, which are a little more traditional, and then our field semesters, which are a little more adventurous. We across the board, no matter which type of semester you're joining us for, you're still going to be earning 16 college credits per semester. They are fully accredited. It's going to be a mix of freshman gen eds and electives. And you're going to, be traveling around with a cohort of Verto students. You're taking your classes with Verto professors and instructors. They're incredible. They're very passionate about teaching, about traveling. They become your close friends. It's not just a professor with office hours. They're really part of this connection as well. And throughout our semesters, we don't just focus on academics. It's also a chance for students to learn more about themselves on a personal level and an academic level as well. So just helping students with, college skills and basic life skills and looking at how do I best manage time? How can I manage my money? And just kind of weaving through all these different practices and helping students implement them in real life, just to set them up for success personally and academically after Verto. So this is our span of semester options. We have 6 total. The England, Italy, and Spain, you can see these are more traditional on that scale, whereas Hawaii, Latin America, and South Pacific are less traditional. Our England, Italy, and Spain semesters, those are the campus semesters. So what that looks like in a quick little snapshot is for those 3 semesters on campus, you're actually staying in a big city. So you're living in a student residence in London, in Milan, in Madrid. So it is more traditional in that sense. You're commuting to class. You have a classroom. Again, your classes are being taught by Verto instructors, but it is more of that kind of typical college structure in a sense. And you're in this big city. It's full of other international students. You have more, I guess, independence to do some travel on your own around the city on the weekends or on the weekdays. We do have some group travel like excursions that we're doing as a Verto group. So those are definitely incorporated as well. And then on the other side, the adventure, the field semesters, Hawaii, Latin America, and the South Pacific. So these semesters are different in quite a few ways. So these are actually on a block schedule, both academically and location-wise. So each month you're focusing on a different course and you're in a different location. So Hawaii, you're in Maui and 2 separate locations on the Big Island. Latin America, you're in Dominican Republic and 2 separate villages in Costa Rica. And then in South Pacific, you're in Fiji, Australia, and New Zealand. So definitely a lot of travel. With these semesters, you are actually staying at a home base. So you're in a cohort with 20 Verto students. So it's very much like a traveling classroom. You're not in 4 walled classrooms at all. And we're getting a lot more field time. So if you're really more of like a hands-on learner, those field semesters are going to be really awesome for you. There's definitely benefits to each and every one of the semesters. Across the board, students are taking different courses each semester. So it's definitely something that can help guide Some students pick based on location alone. Some students pick based on their interest in those courses. So they're interested in, health in some aspect, then Latin America is great because you are taking a global health course and, getting that hands-on experience. So definitely a lot of different ways to choose which semester you attend. And you can stick two of them together and make it a full year. These are a couple pictures from our students. I think they're gorgeous and it makes me want to travel so badly. So this could look like your freshman college experience, essentially. So it's honestly is a great way just to combine the best of both worlds of travel and college and, without setting yourself behind it all. The second pillar is admissions to a reach school. So this is where our partner colleges come into play. So as I mentioned, Verto is a consortium of nearly 50 universities. So what that means is when students apply to Verto, we have our own application. It's online. It is free and non-binding. When students apply to Verto, we're kind of like our own tiny common app for our partner schools. So you can actually check off any of our partner colleges, up to 5 that you're interested in applying to. So we take that full application with Verto, we send that off to those partner schools, and they really do want our students. They know you're going to come back more passionate about learning, about life, about other countries and global issues. They know you're going to come back as amazing students. So our partner colleges really do want our students. They're processing your application holistically. So you're getting seen as more than just a pile of numbers and statistics. So we're actually being able to, give you a voice as a student applying to these schools. After that, then it's a pretty quick turnaround. Our partner colleges, we can get joint admissions from them in just a couple of weeks. So you would receive your admissions from Verto and those partner colleges. Then you can choose a semester or a full year travel with Verto, earning 16 credits per semester. And not only are you earning a full semester of college credits, but also gaining everything that comes in with, international travel, like gaining confidence, career skills, leadership, definitely adaptability, and some really awesome travel stories as well. After Verto, you would enter your college campus as a second semester freshman or as a sophomore, depending on how many semesters you join us for. And you don't necessarily have to go to one of our partner schools either. So if there's any school that you're interested in attending to and you get accepted there, we can work with you and make sure those credits will will transfer over to your college. So that's something that we work with individually with each student in each non-partner school, but we feel really great about getting those credits transferred. Just to reiterate, Verto Education is not a gap year. If anything, we're the gap year, but without the gap, but we're not keeping you, behind. We're keeping you in line to still graduate in 4 years. So we are a full college semester. This is kind of the process I just went over. So applying to Verto is step 1 and our partner colleges, receiving that joint admissions from Verto and your partner colleges, complete 1 or 2 semesters with us, and then arrive on the partner college campus or a non-partner school as a second semester freshman or a first semester sophomore. And like I said, if you want to attend a school that is not one of our partners, that's no sweat. We will work with you and make sure those credits will transfer before you join Verto. So our partner schools, we're so excited to have such an incredible list of partner schools. We truly are. They are, they're every part as impressive as they should be. As you can see, this is just a snapshot of some of our partner colleges. So we do have partnerships all across the states. We have some international as well. You can see we've got big, small, public, private, just really all across the board. So some of these schools could be reach schools for you, for our students. And some could be schools that you have maybe wanted to go to forever, or maybe you're already accepted into. So it's a great way to not only be seen and possibly get into a reach school, but also just makes that ease of transferring those credits way more streamlined. All of our credits are already mapped out into our partner colleges. So it does make it super easy if this is a school that you're already accepted into or hopefully being accepted into soon. And our full list of partner colleges is up on our website. So I definitely recommend checking that out as well. Yeah, reach for it. There's no harm in applying to schools. If you aren't sure if you're going to get in or not, like that's what everything is all about. Go for the gold or else you could regret it. And we're actively trying, to get students into these schools. And, we're going to push you a little bit and make you go for the gold in a good way. So the third pillar is an affordable first year education. So for Verto, our tuition, it does range depending on the location. So per semester, the range is between 15 and 25,000. And this is including housing, it's including meals, any like extra excursions we're going on as a group, like if we're going, whitewater rafting or visiting the Hobbit homes in New Zealand. Those are all included as well. So just at that price tag of 15 to 25,000, that's already more affordable than a lot of four-year university college semesters. So aside from that, we do accept federal financial aid. So any FAFSA that you receive can be applied to our semesters. And we also have scholarships. We have an internal scholarship, and we also have a network of outside scholarships as well. We're really trying to help students save money and travel the world at the same time. So we will definitely work with you and your family and your financial picture to give you that idea of how much a Verto semester would cost you, and just really try to help work with you through that to lower that cost as much as we can. You can see here, this is a range of our tuition. So typically on average, US college semester is about 35,000. Of course, this can be higher, it can also be lower, but this is a countrywide average. So our South Pacific semester is already more affordable than that. And this is our, highest ticket semester option. Going all the way down to Latin America and Spain, it's only $15,000. Again, like I said, including housing, including meals. So pretty awesome. You can see here that we do have an opportunity grant listed for Hawaii and Latin America. So what that looks like is this is an opportunity grant. It's based on annual household income. So again, we do have a financial services team. We can help you walk through this and see if you're qualified, but it's a pretty quick turnaround. So if your household income falls into either one of these brackets, you're eligible for a $5,000 or $10,000 grant towards that semester. So it could bring your, overall tuition ticket price down to 15 or 10,000 for Hawaii, or 10 or 5,000 for Latin America, which is incredible. So definitely a lot of options out there financially. We also do have, last but not least, we do have a Change the World honors program. So we are looking for academically rigorous students, those who are active in their community, real self-starters, and students who want to change the world. So this honors program is a full year with Verto. So what that looks like is you're either starting in London or you're starting in South Pacific, and then you're ending in Latin America. So it's a fall and a spring semester with us. It is honors levels courses. We do have a lot of different highlights with this program. It's going to be incredible. And you're going to be surrounded with other honor students on this semester. So everyone's going to be really pushing to strive for greatness, and just really incredible minds from all over the country, and internationally as well. So it's definitely going to be a world-class experience. It comes with guaranteed summer internship. We have a mentorship series. So definitely an incredible amount of things that are going into this full year of Verto, and is also accompanied by a Change the World grant. So again, this is based on annual household income. You can see here, there are the different tiers of annual household income. So any student that falls within these tiers is going to be awarded either $30,000, a $45,000, or a $60,000 grant, bringing their overall tuition total to $30,000, $15,000, or to none, or the cost of deposit, which is a couple $100s. So yeah, really, really exciting. The honors program, so regular Verto, we are rolling admissions, but for the honors program, Change the World, we are closing up our applications on December 1st. So if anyone is interested, you would start off with your regular Verto application that's on our website. And then there is a supplemental application for the Change the World, and we will give you that information if you mark it on your app. So that's all I've got. We do have an Instagram. I highly recommend following it because I could talk for years, but pictures do say 1,000 words. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. I can't say the saying, but you get the point. You can also reach out to us via email, or if you just go to our website, we do have a live chat. Or if you do want to get more information, you can always just scan this awesome QR code and just fill out your basic info like name and email, and we will follow up and send you some more information. So essentially, yeah, no strings attached. We are a free application. We are an application to nearly 50 colleges, starting off college in a better or different way. So I definitely recommend it for every student. Don't feel, we don't want to be an extra point of stress, but definitely reach out to us. We'd love to chat with you about Verto and see if this would be a good fit for you in the long run. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Yay.
All right. Well, Lainey, thanks so much for presenting to us today. I don't see anything in the Q&A box, so I'm going to pitch a couple of questions for you, so hopefully I don't catch you too off guard. The first one, you talked about the fact that the courses and everything transfer over from your universities, and you have that all mapped out. I work at a university that has very specialized programs, so I'm just thinking about those students who may be considering one of those that don't really usually have room for study abroad or extracurriculars in their time frame. Are there any majors that, generally speaking, you would not recommend starting with you all, or do you have some silver bullets or wonderful solutions for those tougher majors that or might be considering you all?
Yeah, that's a really awesome question. Yeah, so that's definitely something to consider as well, is that every college is going to have their own programs that might be sort of niche. One that we've found across the board is nursing can be pretty difficult just because as soon as you start off with nursing, you're like knee deep in it. Like you're taking all of these nursing classes. So it doesn't have a lot of room for those like freshman gen eds. But that being said, we do have a college counselor on our staff, and she's actually she's helping the students. They'll say, hey, I'm applying to XYZ university for this major, and she can kind of walk through that with them and see like, what does this program look like and what are the classes you're going to be taking, and can we fit Verto into that? So yeah, I mean, that's an awesome question. I think nursing is the one that we get the most, and I think it depends so much on the university as well. And there are like our Latin America program, like students are taking that global health course, which is not nursing by any means, but if there are students who are interested in that health field, it's a great way to get that hands-on experience. But yeah, great question.
I had nursing as my number one suspect, so the fact that you confirmed that, and it's definitely a great field to go into. But as I'm sure many folks have seen other presentations or have already heard, if they're considering that program, they probably already know it's a very structured major that does not often lend to a whole lot of opportunities. But I'm glad to know that you have someone dedicated on staff to help with some of those advising questions, because I know, generally speaking, a lot of students have those concerns or questions about how things will fit in. So my other question, you're presenting, I'm not sure where you're from, West Virginia. Generally, people like myself, small town kids, haven't really traveled internationally, maybe not have even traveled outside of our state before. So what would you say to somebody who has not done that, might be a little gun shy, if you will, about taking that leap of the first year of college?
Yeah, that's the ultimate question, really. I'm from a very small town in rural Oregon. So I didn't study abroad in college. I didn't think that was a possibility at all for a number of reasons. So I didn't travel internationally until I was out of college. And after that, no one can stop me if they tried. So I think it's different to hear that coming from someone who didn't actually study abroad in college, but in talking to our alumni and just chatting with them about their experiences, I think it just really depends on the student and the mindset. So I think it's so important just to, like, the nice thing about Verto is it's a semester or a year, but if it, just a semester, if you want it to be, it's 3 short months. And it's such a great time and chance for you just to step out of that bubble just for a second and kind of like try something new and kind of, shift that mindset a little and open those horizons. And I know a lot of students, like, that can be terrifying. But just knowing like there is so much support, like probably a lot of students on Verto semesters are all coming from similar places. Like maybe one's traveled, around before, but a lot of our students have never left the US or even their hometown. So I think there's definitely something nice about knowing you're not the only one and you're kind of all in this boat together and going through these experiences. But yeah, I mean, like, talk to anybody who studied abroad or anyone who's traveled. There's never regrets around that. So I think even like one great thing about traveling, whether it's, just across the US or to an international country, is even the bad experiences are good experiences in the long run, and they're learning experiences, and you're always learning about yourself, and there's no better time to do that than like right as you're starting off college. But
Yeah, I will agree. I've traveled internationally in that I've been to Toronto, so I don't know if that's like,
oh,
people
yeah.
consider that. I mean, I love Toronto. It's just like a little left of Maine, so I don't know. It's kind of like our neighbors to the north. But I've done a lot of travel domestically, and most of that was also through college, but a little bit afterwards. And I will say that I know from my friends who have studied abroad. It's a lot easier to do in college than once you're out and you're trying to adult. So I would definitely say take advantage of the opportunities through Verto, or if it doesn't work out through Verto, look into it through other programs at your chosen school, because it's definitely something that I missed out. And obviously, Lainey did it as well. She was able to make up for it. I'm still working my way around to that, but yeah, definitely consider it. So. I do see we have one question in our Q&A, and it's the student asks, how affordable is it? She kind of missed that part of the presentation. So I don't know if you want to jump back into your slide deck, or you just want to just recap a little bit about the finance piece of it in general terms.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Affordability. Yes. So it is affordable. So the semesters, the tuition will range depending on the location, but between 15 to 25,000 a semester. And that's including housing, it's including meals. Basically, once you're in that country with us, you don't have to worry about extra payment for any of this stuff. And we do accept FAFSA, so any financial aid you receive can be applied to our semesters. We also have scholarships that can knock down that tuition as well. And we have opportunity grants for a couple of our semester locations. So yeah, affordability is a huge aspect, and we're super transparent with all of that. Our website has all of the tuition listed on each of the pages. And yeah, the admissions counselors are always available to talk to students and just kind of like, see how we can meet them where they're at financially.
All right. Thank you for that recap. Lenny, I would just answer also that the presentation is recorded, so you can definitely go back and rewatch Laney's more in-depth aspect of her, or portion of her presentation. And my lighting goes out a little bit there. I do have to address the elephant in the room. So what's happening or has happened for COVID? I know we're all fingers, toes, all things crossed, rabbits, foots, and four-leaf clovers that next fall will be drastically different from what this fall was like. But let's say if I'm planning to go through Verto for my freshman year, fall 2021, and COVID's still around, what contingency plans are in place for those students?
Yes. Yeah, definitely a big elephant. But yeah, happy to talk about that, like, again, with any student. But in a broad sense, we do have a contingency plan. We have scenarios A, B, and C for next fall. We're actually planning to run our spring semesters that start in February. So our scenario plan for this spring will be kind of rolled over and adapted to next fall. What that looks like is plan A, everything, everything is great. 1 year from now, like everyone's traveling around, like this weird elephant is out, he's dead. So that would be plan A, of course. Plan B is, if there is a location or a country that we deem unsafe to travel to, we will not travel there by any means, but we do have, separate, we have 6 locations, so we can condense the students into a different location, and drop that tuition accordingly if need be. Our third scenario is kind of what we ended up doing this fall, but it would be starting off like a virtual semester and then transitioning to a travel based. So just depending on how things are looking as far as safety and cases and travel restrictions, we might need to do a couple of weeks virtually and then transition to travel based. So this fall, we made a lot of pivots. We have students currently enrolled with Verto. It is a virtual semester, but they're having a blast. They've got clubs, they've got mentorships, they've got guest speakers coming in from all our countries and talking to them about what's going on right now in their country, just relating to everything. So definitely trying to make it as global as a virtual semester can be. But I think speaking to, students and families who are concerned specifically about, the number of cases, I would say just look at, the countries that we're traveling to. And in a lot of cases, if you're looking at a big college campus with thousands of students, it can be a lot safer just to travel to a small village with 20 students. So just looking at it in that more global mindset. But yeah, we definitely don't want to push it on any student that's not prepared. And we realize it's nothing we can, proactively do anything about. But yeah, our scenario plan is also on our website. And we host bi-weekly open houses just regarding safety and all that stuff for families as well.
Right, great. I just assumed that you guys had everything, all your T's dotted and I's crossed. So it's glad to hear that. And I think it was perfectly said. This might be a great way to run away from COVID and find an escape. So definitely encourage everyone to continue to look at that. We still have a little bit of time, and I don't see anything else in the Q&A box. So, Elaine, is there anything else that you wanted to just expound upon or highlight a little heavier before we wrap up?
I think just in conclusion, I think, Verto is a really incredible option for so many different types of students, whether you want to travel or whether you just don't want to, follow the fish of your other friends and go to that same college that everyone goes to, or if you're just maybe burnt out on school, or just looking for something a little bit different. It is a great option for a lot of students, and I think it's something that you should just think about, consider it. It's a great time to seize the day. And I mean, in regards to all of our partner colleges, we are a quick and direct application to almost 50 universities at the same time. So it's kind of like the cherry on top. But yeah.
Definitely something that wasn't around, or at least I wasn't aware of when I went, but that was many, many years ago. So definitely wish it was. I definitely would have considered it for sure. So hope all of those who watch do as well. With that, I am going to just take control here briefly. And just again, thank everyone on behalf of West Virginia ACRAO, our team, the StriScan, the company that helps putting this on, as well as our lovely presenter for Verto this evening. For everyone who joined us, we thank you for taking the time out of your afternoon or evening. I'm about to close this session, and when I do, you'll be prompted, those attending will be prompted with a quick survey. This lets us improve future presentations for the next go around, so please take the time to do that. Again, this is just one of many sessions that we have recorded, so look to see what's still upcoming, look to see what's already happened that you can watch at your convenience, and please share with your friends and family. Again, Lenny, thank you so much for joining us. Thank those for attended and are watching on behalf of West Virginia ACRAO. You can again find all of our information and sessions and recordings at WVACRAO.org. Thanks and have a great night.